Hey guys, happy Sunday. I don't know if I can do the intro, Kendrick, without addressing my voice first.
Okay. No, address the voice.
Actually, wait, Kendrick, give me the fan. Give us your fan.
Whoopah!
And then I will do my hello, guys. Hi.
Yes.
If you tuned in last week, you remember me discussing the TMJ of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, this is who I am now. The way I'm talking, this is the new me for at least the next 6 months.
I love it though. That was so Phoebe from Friends when Charlie Sheen came off the boat to take her on a date, and she's like, "This is me," and she's like, her face is just like hideous right now. He's like, "Ah!"
Yeah,
but you
no,
did not sound that bad. I genuinely didn't notice it at first until you called it out. Then I was like, "Oh, okay."
Well, what's hard is that I'm used to hearing myself talk and sound a certain way, but now I sound like a different person, even to myself. So I keep getting distracted by myself.
Oh,
and also the problem too is I find lisps to be hilarious. Like it's such a cheap trick, but like if you have a lisp, I love it. Like I just find it so funny. So
it's like somebody falling for me. I love somebody falling. It just it tickles the hell out of me.
So when I myself have the lisp as I say things, but I think I'm gonna have to take it out for the Salt Lake City part because I can't do the voices.
I was gonna ask, like, so it is like it's okay to just like yank it out every now and then put it back in.
It's not. Well, I have to take it out when I'm eating.
Okay.
So that it's always coming in and out anyway for that purpose.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I'll eventually eat with it, and I just like because he warned me. He's like they warned me like it's gonna take a minute to get used to. I'm like, will I get used to this?
Right.
This is like if it wasn't like the ear pain, the ear pressure is almost completely gone at this point. Yeah,
good.
So but like what I did yesterday is I recorded Orange County without this in. And I started getting the ear pain towards like even when I put the thing back in, I was like, that has to be why. Like it has to be because I had it out for like an hour or something.
Oh my God.
I know. So it feels so fucking weird. I've never had braces or a retainer or anything like that. So it's my first time like having a device in my mouth that's meant to like fix things, but makes me sound crazy.
We were getting like emails and everything. Like I was sending you screenshots, like people reaching out, like people were saying like, "Oh my God, like that's a journey I've gone on." Like it affected like so many different things. I was like, I genuinely before last week, I had not heard about it. So you opened me up to a whole new world of different pains and stuff. So whenever someone listen, y'all, listen to your bodies. Listen to your bodies.
Actually, you got someone even called the center that I go to when I went in to get this device. They were like, I walked in and she stood up and she was like, "Well, do you have a podcast?" And I was like, "What?" Yes. I was like, yeah. Why? She's like, because someone called and they're like, "We heard about you on a podcast," and we were like, "We don't even have a podcast. What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even think should tell you guys. I didn't know anyone would like care. And I wasn't sure if it was going to be something that many people cared about."
Right.
But they were so grateful. I guess like someone called and they were like, I'm going to tell my friends about it too. And they were like, everyone was coming out of the office like, "You're the one with the podcast." I'm like, what the fuck?
Could you always assume, I know I do, like when I talk about stuff locally, it always does shock me when someone locally says something to me like, "Oh yeah, I love that place." So I do. I'm like, wait, there people live here? What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, Memphis is like population of 1. Kendrick, like, what are y'all talking about? Like, no one lives here. So it always shocks me. So I would be if I walked into the doctor's office, I would have been like who? No, who are you talking about? Not me. Like what? Excuse me. Like, what?
I was
crazy.
I was like, okay, but they thought, and they watched it. The girl at the front desk, she was like, "I watched it too. It was so good." I'm like, "You watched the episode?" And they were like, "Would it be okay if we used what you said?" I'm like, abso-freaking-lutely. Like, that's fine. Just take it. I was like, I don't know. I didn't know if I was saying anything right or wrong because she was like, you did a pretty good job explaining it. I was like, okay, I was worried, actually.
Ooh, okay.
So, yeah.
Put Emily on the road, spokesmodel. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to keep myself honest about the journey because I've started this and now I've got to finish it. And so the honest truth of what's happening right now is I kind of hate this thing in my mouth. I kind of hate it. Like I have a relationship with it right now. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get I don't get why I gotta wear you yet. But like I said, the ear pain, like nearly gone.
Oh my God. And I can only imagine like after 6 months, like what else is gonna be
right?
Like what else is like magically fixed? That's amazing. I'm sure it's like anything else though, because I mean it's literally something new in your mouth.
Yes.
Like you're gonna have to get used to that. So it's not just something that's, so I feel like after they always say like give something 3 weeks to become like a part of your habit. We'll see. So we'll check back in like as far as like how comfortable it is.
Yes.
In like 2 weeks. 2 Sundays from now, we'll check in and see how it is. How it is.
Because I've never been so aware of where my tongue rests in my mouth. It's literally and I know why, because the guy said your tongue had to move to make room for like where your teeth were shifting or whatever, and now your airways are. So I knew my tongue was going to be affected, but your tongue is like a weird muscly thing in your mouth that suddenly when you are like aware of your tongue, you're like, what are you doing?
Like, why are you there? Like,
why are you there? What is wrong with you? I kept biting. So I recorded my Miami recap with this in, and I kept biting my tongue so bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I was like trying to fight it. So now I'm trying not to fight it and just accept that I have a lisp and it's funny even to me. And the hard part is it distracts me. So like as I was trying to because I was practicing to see if I could still do my impressions.
Can we hear one of them with it in?
Let me try doing it.
Okay.
Hey, this is Lisa.
I kind of love Lispy Lisa.
Do you like Lispy Lisa?
I kind of love it.
Whitney's really hard. What do you expect us to do?
Oh no. Oh no. I love this entire journey, okay? I'm here for the ride. I am here for the ride right now. Oh my God. You know what? That you're literally like, that is like one of my dreams to be like, listen, like I assume most of like my listeners are just like in really populated cities like New York, LA, because when you look at statistics, it's always the big cities where like most people listen to you. But my like dream is that like what happened to you, like someone, I'm like mentioning like a random, because I talk about the most random stuff before I get into the episode. I'm like, oh my God, y'all, I went to like this free promo. I went to Uncle Lou's Chicken and I got me this and that and like talking about what I ate. And I'm like, oh my God, and you got to get it with this and it's great. My dream is just like the next day, Uncle Lou just like reaches out. He's like, hey Kendrick, I heard your episode. Why don't you come in for a free, like a free 3-piece? I'm like, you know what? I'm on the way. I'm on the way. What's funny is I actually do know Uncle Lou that like has a chicken restaurant here, so he might reach out like, "What the hell are you talking about on that damn podcast?"
See, yeah, like I just assume the stuff we talk about at the beginning before we get into it, people skip over anyway. But you know what? I think this would kind of put it in perspective how many people deal with TMJ. So if you think about like how many people are here in the room right now, like right now we have 146 people. Last week we had like around that at the start of the show ish or something, which at the end of the day is not a very big pool of people in the grand scheme of things. But even in this small group of people, that many people,
right?
Like when you think about how you get like statistics, like the bigger the pool, like just imagine when you start to take pools on everybody. It's like, because that's sort of why I was like, it may affect one other person, because I just figured in a bigger pool, maybe more, but like, I don't know.
No, but even by the time we got to Salt Lake City, obviously for those that like don't pay attention, like the numbers and stuff, the number of people in the room grows as the episode goes on. So even then, because like people, they won't just jump in and like watch from there. They obviously like drag it back to the beginning. They start there. So the comments start to kind of show where they are in the episode. And so they'll start commenting like, oh my God, like we were talking about Salt Lake City and people saying like, oh my God, TMJ, that's like, it affects me and like all this kind of stuff. I'm like, whoa, this is like a thing. Like I had never heard of it. So like I wouldn't have even known to like go and ask someone to check it for me. So it being a thing is wow.
I know, right? Okay, sorry, we're getting heckled in the comments. Are you guys going to talk about Bravo? Yes, we are. All right, I'll shut up now.
Someone goes, Wendy got arrested. Did she, Rachel? I hadn't heard.
Rachel, that's what Rachel's going. Rachel, we're going to call you out. Are y'all going to talk about Bravo? We were talking about very important things. Okay.
Yes, we had to talk about Lisp Lisa. Okay.
We had to talk about very important Lisa. All right. It was important.
Wait, before we get into it, I want to say shout out to Melissa, super chat. Hi, Melissa.
Oh, thank you, Melissa.
Favorite part of my Sunday. Hi, babes. I'm also gagging at the thumbnail with Muzzy. Boy, I can't wait to talk about Muzzy.
I can't wait to talk about her. I cannot wait to talk about her. Okay, but first we're talking. What?
Wait, we just called out Rachel. Rachel goes, love from Memphis. Kendrick, see, this is what I'm talking about. See? I just assume I'm the only person that lives in Memphis. So like, I do not. This is crazy to me. Hi, Rachel.
Sorry,
this is insane to me. What is happening? Okay. Episode.
Okay, we're going to talk now about Wendy and Eddie. Now, okay, I need to ask you your journey, because the first journey I went on with it was like, this doesn't even sound right. I'm so confused. Like, I almost like, because he has a weed company, I was like, maybe this is like targeted. Yeah. Because they want to like get him for the weed company and they can't do that.
Right. Yeah.
But then I started to see more information.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, did they really do this? So, okay, let me just get into the first thing that caught my attention.
Yes, okay.
And made me switch from like...
Because my perspective's changed like 16 times.
Yeah, so right? Yeah. Okay, right, okay. They did a triple insurance claim. So they got the traveler's insurance, which paid them $25K, including $4.5K for Wendy's ring. Home site insurance, where they claimed $450,000 in losses, and Jewelers Mutual, and reported 57 stolen items. And I'm like, okay, that is going to fuck you up. And also like really sloppy.
Oh, they did not execute well. Like that's really what I'm most shocked about, honestly. Yeah. Not even the crime, because like, I mean, you'll never catch Kendrick Tucker crying for an insurance company, but like the poor execution from somebody with 4 degrees and a lawyer. Why? Like, that's a lot of paper trail. Like, I know legally you love a paper trail, but not in the crime. Like, we gotta tighten up, y'all. Let's tighten up a little bit. Goodness.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is a whole... Like that's 3 different companies that you're going to that are getting that you have to like itemize shit and all that stuff. Like all that is documented now. They make it official. Like that's all they do is get this information, make sure it's all accurate. Like my friend John, whose apartment burned down. I don't know if I talked about this. Love you, John. But he had to file an insurance claim, and it's a whole thing.
Oh, yes, it is.
And they want to make sure you're not screwing them over, obviously, But then the email that Eddie sent Wendy, that one gets me. It goes, the email asks if there were additional high-value items we can add to this inventory listing, i.e. Chanel shoes, etc. I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum.
Goodness.
Oh, okay, that's not good. But then the other one is that their alarm system didn't go off.
Yep.
So their alarm, like nothing was tripped, and the security cameras on other houses, like neighbors and stuff, didn't grab anything.
Nothing.
So then I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm worried. And then they find receipts that show that some of the things listed as stolen were returned months before for a refund.
Boy.
Again, paper trail. Again,
paper trail.
Like, what do you got? Like, that's what you guys are claiming so much money from an insurance company. Like, this is amateur work, man.
Think about when your damn car breaks down and you need something, like you get in a wreck or something, and the total is, I only need $6,000 to fix it. Whoever your insurance company is, they're gonna fight you tooth and nail for every penny of that $6,000.
Yep.
You really think these people weren't gonna go looking in every single corner of the universe for $423,000? That's insane. That's genuinely insane. I can't understand the thought process behind this act. Again, I'm more shocked. I'm not shocked by the crime itself. I'm more shocked about this actual execution, because I'm like, this was just very, very, very poorly done.
Yeah. Like, I don't know the first thing about filing a big insurance claim, but if I was trying to file one and get as much money as possible and like steal from them, basically, I would know the bare minimum is you don't leave this much of a paper trail.
Exactly.
That's the bare minimum. I don't have to know a whole lot about insurance and how it works and stuff to know that, like, if I've returned items and there's going to be receipts of, because these are big ticket items. Like, I have to remind myself, like, I shop for things that don't cost $20,000 each.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't purchase stuff like that. But if you do, they document it and they track it. And because it's a big ass fucking purchase.
They looking at the condition when you got it, because like you might get some stuff like off the floor. You're like, oh, that's your only one. Okay, well, just give me that one. Just wrap it up. Oh, it's $25,000. That's okay. They taking pictures of that whole thing. They watching it get wrapped. They're gonna deliver it themselves so they can know the condition in which it was delivered to you. They're gonna take pictures when it's in your house. All kinds of stuff. So I can't fathom them not thinking there was gonna be some kind of, even think about, like, I ain't gonna put nobody business on blast because I know a lot of y'all. I ain't gonna name nobody. But think about all the stuff that, like, where people prefer to be paid in cash. Even when you're like, oh, you got Cash App? And they're like, I prefer to get cash. It's because, they're one of those. I'm not gonna name. Okay, I'm not gonna name none. But there are certain businesses where they just prefer cash. So I ain't trying to get anybody caught up out there. But there are certain businesses where people just prefer cash, and it's I'm not gonna say it's definitely because, but most likely because they're
not claiming everything.
Exactly, because if you look, if I send you a $500 Cash App for something, well, Cash App is reporting now for those kind of things. So that's gonna be one of those paper trails. You might not intend it to be. I'm sending my mama $20 for lunch. Cash App don't care about that. But if it's this big purchase where it says, oh, this is what this was used for this business account, that's gonna get looked into.
Exactly.
But what about you don't? Like, what?
Also, the scene looked staged. That was the other thing that got me. So the alleged entry window was unlocked, but no signs of forced entry. Their ADT alarm and ring camera were active, yet no motion was ever detected. The house looked untouched, except for a few messy drawers. And that is the biggest crime you can... Wait, hold on. That's not the opposite of a crime. That is the worst way to cover up a crime. Because, okay, it's like when people try to say it was a robbery gone wrong, but then they don't actually take anything.
Yes.
And yes. Like, how are you trying to make it look like a robbery gone wrong and all the big ticket stuff's still there? You're gonna, unfortunately, if you're trying to go that route, you got to get a tow truck or something, or like a moving truck, and pack up the big items that one would steal if there was supposed to be a robbery. They always like open a drawer or two and like throw some stuff, and they're like, here you go. There was a burglary. I'm like, God, you guys.
Like, have y'all never watched TV? Like, what are you doing? You gotta. I'm sorry, but when you do this, you gotta commit. Like, I know you might be thinking, oh, right. You're like, okay, I know that I just want this to happen, but honestly, I don't want to mess up these, so I'm not gonna do. No, if you're going through drawers, you got to take that drawer. You got to yank it off the hip. Like, it's got stuff
it's flying you have everywhere. To fuck up your house a little bit. God dang it!
You gotta fuck up your house a little bit. Exactly. And I'm sorry, but if you're trying to make it look like a burglary, think about it.
Yes.
It makes no sense if you're trying to stage a burglary and you just mess up your house and all of your belongings are still there because
Like,
what
duh.
did they steal? Can we not think through this? Like, what are we doing right now?
It is the most obnoxious mistake that people make trying to cover up a crime. It makes me crazy. I'm like, this is
truly
basic stuff. God, I cannot talk. It's so hard to talk right now.
I think you're handling it wonderfully, okay?
I keep wanting to laugh at myself because I'm not kidding. I think lisps are hilarious. Also, lisp is a fucked up word to say when you have one.
Oh, that
Lisp?
SP.
Like,
That
what's
damn
wrong with them?
SP.
What's wrong with them? That was so rude. Also, wait, hold on. The other thing that got me was Wendy used Bonnie and Clyde by Jay-Z on her Instagram post the same day that she called the police, and it's a photo of Eddie and her. So like I'm like, no, it can't be.
Oh boy.
No. But why else would you do that?
Why else would you do like I literally because I hadn't seen it I saw it for the first time yesterday and I was like, oh sis, I might not be able to help you anymore. Like then now you dry snitching on yourself. Like, what are we doing?
And like, okay, so I didn't watch all of last season. I just watched, the reunion. Was Wendy okay, let me actually go back all the way to Wendy's second season.
Okay. When she got the tatas and
when she got everything done.
Yeah.
I know it was an unpopular stance, but I also was like, something's weird about this. Like, it wasn't just your typical glow up, but I also knew that she was getting so much hate and she just, wanted support. And then it was like Giselle is a hater and Robin's a hater. But I was like, I also feel like there's some sort of like identity crisis happening, but it wasn't the popular thought to have about it because whatever. But so I kind of never really connected to Wendy.
Yeah.
And in fact, I remember like not liking Wendy. And then I just didn't watch that last season anyway. Was there even more going on during the season that kind of would have hinted at this? I mean, I don't get why she quit her career. Like, that was crazy. Like when she's like, I'm not going to be a professor anymore. I'm just going to be like an influencer, kind of, right?
Wendy really wanted to go to like the route of being like the it girl. It felt like,
yeah,
like I know you can always like go back to teaching somewhere and that kind of stuff. So maybe she just wanted to take some years off to like,
which is fair,
get the fame out of your system, like do like whatever the case is. But that always was weird to me too, because I feel like it was one of your like biggest, not selling points, it was one of your biggest like rights to brag. You're like, y'all are over here doing this, talking about this lowbrow stuff. I got to go teach this class at the Johns Hopkins. Okay, so like it was always that, but it felt like I actually feel like I've gotten on this soapbox many times before, but I feel like most accomplished people that come into like reality TV settings always wind up way more linear with the other girls that they place themselves above so many times before. They always try to like go the route of, well, I actually want to wear these dresses. I want to look like this. I want to go to these parties and hang out with these losers. And I want to do all of these kind of stuff. And I want to be everyone is so like, I feel like social media hungry that everyone forgets about real life. So people are way more willing to just they're way more willing to live above their means, which has always been crazy to me. Way more willing to like do unscrupulous things for extra cash and just that route. So, but I don't think Wendy's giving me any like major indication. Like I always felt like she was very, very guarded about those allegations, like you just said, because like Giselle and Robbins were the ones saying it. So obviously it was an easy stance to take. Oh, the fans are always going to get on them. Let me hate this. Or like, it's always that kind of stuff. But I thought it was weird too at the time. I was like, that is a lot, like a ton of changes, like from one season to the next. It wasn't like it was done over time. It was one season to the next. It was like a whole new Wendy. Like the way she was dressing, her, the way she was interacting with people, the body, like everything was just like drastically different. Yes. And so for them saying like, well, there are these rumors out here that Eddie's been doing this kind of stuff. Like, is this kind of like a gut reaction or something like that to it? I don't know. I don't know, Wendy. I don't know, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And God, so savagely, they pulled her episode of Wife Swap. That was kind of nuts. I didn't think that was necessary.
Neither did I. That felt like a gross overreaction to me. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if I was seeing like people saying that, well, it seems like they're just shifting it, like it's not gonna, because I think that's supposed to be the premiere episode, and so I guess they're gonna shift it to maybe later.
Oh,
Or if
okay. They're just adjusting the schedule.
but I think even that's like in question. I don't know which one it's gonna be, so it's not gonna start with her anymore. So I was like, well, maybe they're trying to wait for more information to come out, or see how they'll be. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but that felt like a weird overreaction too, especially when we're sorry, but we're living in the era of the true crime housewife. Like I feel like every show has one or two. Like it's a lot. I'm just saying. So that feels like a big overreaction to me.
Yeah, I didn't love that at all. But they've picked cameras back up for Potomac. And you can already see they're like, okay, we're just going to tack it on in the finale. You know what I mean? You can just see them all. So it's so funny. I feel like production would never have done that before, but it became so normalized. I think I think Scandival was what made it normalized. I swear to God. I think that was because I don't remember cameras ever getting picked back up. We were always like desperate for the reunion because cameras didn't do that. But now production's like, fuck, now we got to pick cameras back up. God damn it.
Right.
It's like so much to coordinate. They're like, I thought I was off.
Right. Like I moved on. Like you sent me to Barbados to film this like random ass girls trip. Like I don't know what's happening right now. Now I got to rush back to LA. Like it's the whole thing. Like damn it.
I know. All right. Wait. Enough of that. What? Oh God.
I'm about to say, can we talk about the actual mug shots themselves?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to do that. I did. I meant to throw them up, but then I forgot to send them to myself. Let me do that now. Yeah. What happened in these mug shots?
Listen, my first
what is
reaction
happening in these mug shots?
My first reaction was this is a great poster for Happy Eddie because boy, oh boy. My first reaction was, oh, they got woken up out of their sleep to be arrested. Because I was like, I was like, they both look exhausted. Like they just because at first I was like, oh, Eddie, they woke him up to arrest him. Like, oh, this is sad. But then I was like, oh, well, actually, this might be the best state for him to be arrested in. Actually, when we're thinking about it,
I mean, it's just the smiling. It's just so. It's like, I'm like, what are they thinking?
And the wig was lifting. Oh,
Wendy. Wig was yeah, it was.
This makes me think it was bedtime because, like, normally Wendy, that wig is secure. Like those edges are laid. Like Wendy, them wigs be looking good on Wendy. Like Wendy had her laid, but this, I was like, oh, they jumped through my sister's door. Like they went up there and got her. They said, throw that wig on, come on, hurry up, and she had to put it down herself. Like oh, I understand.
I'm happy that she did have a wig though, because that would have sucked if they got her.
Right. Literally.
You know where I was going with that.
Yep.
And they would have been like, we don't care. But she was like, yeah. So they didn't, they actually look like they're thriving in their mugshots. When you think about it, they look like they're like, hey, they're having the time of their lives.
What did you think about the stuff like? Because there was an angle, and then we'll move on to. I know we got some true crime, some more true crime to talk about. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you think about the whole thing of? Because people were like debating online the stuff where it was like, oh well, you will see at this part she was in her wedding or she was in the wedding band or whatever. Like the pictures on social media being used by the cops and stuff like that, which I think is pretty common now, honestly. But
well, I think that's common, but I do wonder if they're going to be able to prove like, well, that photo that I posted was taken
right
before anything happened. You know what I mean? Like I'm wondering if they can pull that off.
Oh, that might get messy too, because on iPhones now you just pull up, it'll tell you the date, what park you in, it'll tell all your damn business. So that's gonna be a hard one to prove. I'm wondering like if they maybe had another ring somewhere that they could have been like, oh no, I bought this one then. This is the ring I was like, something like that. I don't know. I feel like that could be hard to prove for either side, depending on.
I was gonna say because I feel like that's an easy excuse, especially I don't remember what the photo was. I thought it was alive. Was it not alive?
I think they said photo somewhere, but I remember what photo it was because I remember trying to go back through. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?" Oh, it was a collage. She did a collage on there. I don't know if she was at a wedding or she was somewhere like in a nice dress.
Oh, she was at an event. She was all at the same event though for the collage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then they can track that. Like, what date was the event?
Right.
So there you go. I was gonna say, because I'm always thinking like, well, if they film something months later, you could be seeing it online. But like, if there's an event that they could be like, well, that event took place on this date and cross-reference it, then they know. So yeah. All right, more on that. Okay. Now let's discuss. The Ellen Greenberg case.
Okay.
You didn't see. There was a Hulu 3-part doc. I didn't think it was a great documentary, to be honest. Like a lot of Hulu has been releasing. I guess ABC is who it is. They've been releasing a lot of these 3-part true crime things, and the only one that I've watched that I feel like this needed to be all 3 parts was the stalking Samantha one.
Yes.
That one was
that was a good
one. As where most of them, I'm like, you guys, I could tell this whole thing could have been in 2 episodes, maybe even 1. I'm not even kidding. But okay, the Ellen Greenberg case. I'm going to give just like a general overview of what happened. But if you don't know the case, I feel like everyone kind of does. So this happened in 2011. Ellen Greenberg is obviously the victim. Sam Goldberg was her fiance. So where we are in terms of like where it starts, I'm going to play this 911 call because to me, there's no debate. To me, there's no debating what happened.
Y'all remember we mentioned this last week. We were like, the 911 call is what really, that's what sticks out of my mind. Cause I didn't watch the 3-parter, but I know this case like intimately. And I always think about that weird ass 911 call. I'm like, okay, what do we need 3 parts for? Like,
well, okay. So what this man says is that he came home from the gym that was in his own building. To discover that he was locked out of the apartment. And the reason his keys didn't work is because it had one of those like swing bar locks that you like manually latch. But even when I saw that, was like, I have almost locked myself out of a hotel by doing that.
Yeah.
Because I remember like I stayed at this cool hotel and I closed the door too much and it almost shut. I think they had to like it was like a thing. So I wasn't that weirded out when I saw like it was like so mysterious. Like, how could this possibly have latched from anyone but the inside? Anyway, though, he's trying to get a hold of Ellen, but she is not answering her phone, and he can't get in to the apartment. And so he alleges that he was like trying to get a hold of her for like an hour or something. I'll get into more of the specific details, but then he calls 911. And I'm going to play this call. We're going to talk through a lot of it, but it's just like, I don't get how this is even a debate.
Yes. Thank you.
This isn't a freaking debate. Okay, here we go.
I'm literally about to take notes.
Help, I need a now. I just walked into my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come. Help.
4601
Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Help, I need a now. I just walked into my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere.
What is the address?
4601 Flat Rock Road. Please come. Help.
4601
Flat Rock Road.
Is this a house or apartment?
Oh no. It's an apartment. Please hurry, please.
Where is she bleeding from?
I don't know. I can't tell.
So you have to calm yourself down in order to get you some help.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm looking at her right now. I can't see anything. There's nothing broken. She's bleeding. Ellie.
You don't know where she's bleeding from? Can't see where the blood's coming from?
I think her head. I think she hit her head.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right now because I have to point out, like, this isn't like a huge apartment.
Yeah.
So when he finally gets in and sees her laying there, she's only a few feet away from him, but he's acting like it's this big mystery. Like, I can't see. I can't see where she's bleeding from. I'm like, she's right there, dude.
Right.
She's
there.
Right there. So, okay, there we go.
And
go ahead.
But the other thing too, like, obviously everyone reacts differently because of trauma. Like we don't know how we're going to respond like in this kind of situation. But the fact that she tells him like, you need to calm down so I can help you, and he's immediately able to calm down. Like normally when you're in that like state of fix, like it's kind of you stay there. That's your normal. You might can bring it down a little bit to like get help, but like he's immediately able to like, oh sorry, it's an apartment. Yeah, we're on the second floor,
yeah,
and it's like. Okay. Red flag number 1.
Okay, we're gonna continue.
But it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
She might have fallen. Do you know what happened?
She may have slipped. There's blood on the table. Her face is a little purple.
Okay, hold on for rescue for her. Stay on the phone. What's wrong?
I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. Like she's not responding.
Okay, is she breathing? Look at her chest. I need you to calm down. I need you to look at her chest. It's really.
I really don't think she is.
Listen to me. Someone's on the way.
Right there is crazy. Like right there, it's like you're on the phone with 911, and she's asking, is she breathing? She's right there.
Literally, and this is the part I want y'all in the comments to really pay attention to, because she just told him like, no, look at her chest. Like, is she breathing? Like, what's happening? Look at her chest. Look at her chest.
Look at her chest. Okay, here we go.
Look at her chest. Is she flat on her back?
She's on her back. So I bring her.
Look at her chest and tell me if it's going up and down, up and down.
I don't see her moving.
Okay, do you know how to do CPR?
I don't.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, okay, until they get there. I want you to keep her flat on her.
God.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, okay.
Are you willing to do CPR with me over the phone until they get there?
I have to, right?
Okay, so get her flat on her back, bare her chest, okay? You want to rip her shirt off. Okay? You need to kneel down by her side.
Oh, my God. Ellie, please.
Listen, you can't freak out, sir, because you
Okay, I'm trying not to. Her shirt won't come off. It's a zipper.
Okay. There was I have to spoil it right here. There was a knife in her chest at this point.
Yes.
But like, isn't it sounding like there's nothing that could possibly be like, he's just so mysterious and confusing and like,
right.
There's a knife in her chest, but the way this man is talking, it's like some big old mystery.
The part when he goes, she says, can you do CPR? And he's like, I mean, well, I guess if I have to. Huh?
No, I think we're going to get there, I think. I think we're getting there.
Oh, my God. She stabbed herself.
There we go.
She fell in a knife. Oh, no. Her knife's sticking out.
She fell in a knife. Oh, wait. Her knife's sticking out.
Like, where was it at first?
What?
There's a knife sticking out of her heart.
Oh, she stabbed herself?
I guess so. I don't know where she fell on it. I don't know.
Okay, well, don't touch it.
Okay, so I just let her down here now. I mean, what do I do?
No, I mean, you can't. If the knife is in her chest, it's going to be kind of hard for you to do CPR at this time.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Police, which operator? 277.
Is someone coming here?
Yes, they are. You said 4601 Flat Rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, someone's on the way. And the knife is still inside?
Wait, so what?
The knife is still inside of her?
Yes, I didn't take it out.
Was it her chest or what area?
It's in her chest. It looks like it's right in her heart.
Okay, someone's on the way out there. Okay, just get.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay.
How old is she?
She's 27.
27, and there's no sign of life at all.
No, please don't be. What?
Bend her under her arm and tell me if she responds to pain.
She's Ellie.
Oh my God! What are you yelling at her
She's
for?
not. Her hands are still warm. I don't know what that means, but there's blood everywhere. I mean,
I know, but you can't. And the knife is still inside of her. How far? Can you see how far it went in?
It looks pretty deep.
Oh my God!
Okay.
It looks straight. I mean, it's a long knife.
Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Okay?
I'm not touching anything. I can't believe this though.
So wait, it was just you there with her?
We're the only ones here.
And she ran in the door. You said latched it shut.
No. I went downstairs to work out, and when I came back up, the door was latched. Like it was, it wasn't like it was, it was like locked from the inside. And I'm yelling, and so I'm
was
yelling.
Your house broken into?
No.
So there's no sign of a break-in?
No sign of a break-in at all. I mean, there will be when you get here because I had to break the latch, but to get in.
Okay, 4601.
All right, guys. I'm pretty sure we all have the same opinion of this.
Oh, they've been having fun in the comments. Natasha said, "I've seen better acting in a Tubi movie." Okay.
I think I had missed it, but you had said, yeah, when she said, "Let's do CPR," and he's like, "Yeah, I guess I have to."
Right. Like,
excuse you?
You don't want to try to save her? Is that
Because
not?
I guess I have to, right? I guess I have to, right? Like, I'm on the 911 call, and like this is documented, and so like I probably have to do that. Okay, but for those who don't know, she had 20 stab wounds, including 10 to her neck and head.
Yep.
Her neck and head, you guys.
Yeah, some places she can't reach, despite him saying her knife, she stabbed herself.
Why would she, like, think about if you're trying to kill yourself and you're grabbing knives, you're just stabbing yourself in the back of the neck and the head.
Right.
Why? But then also she had bruises that were, quote, in various stages of resolution, which would indicate signs of domestic violence.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then here's the big one for me. All right. So this whole thing happens. The cops are like, "Oh, sure, it's a suicide. We'll believe you that she was suicidal." I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't care how
crazy.
Put it. I don't care how depressed she sounded. Listening to that 911 call, you're like, what do you mean this man? So let's play what he's trying to tell us happened. Okay. He's trying to tell us that he was banging on the door, calling her, trying to get a hold of her for an hour. And finally he just broke in to the thing.
Remember too, he was sending text messages. He was like, "Hello, are you here? What's going on? I'm getting really angry." Like these one-liners, all like trying to clearly mark out every timestamp so he can sell this lie to the people.
Okay, so now I'm going to play something from actually that Hulu doc.
Okay.
Because the investigators that they're talking to map out what the actual time frame is, and from when the biggest thing I noticed is that from when he comes back up from the gym, he claimed that he was trying to get a hold of her for an hour.
Right.
An hour, but it was like the minute he went up there. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play it here.
Last known activity on Ellen's computer is 4:46.
Sure. And obviously at 4:50 p.m., which we know from CCTV, he goes to the gym. And then just 37 minutes later, he's at the elevator bay to go upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
just not an hour.
Right around 5:30.
5:30.
And now we see this avalanche of text messages and phone calls.
Boom, boom, boom.
In addition to the calls made to Ellen, he sends the following text messages. 5:32, hello, with a bunch of exclamation points. 5 seconds later.
Sorry, they're just
open the door.
Stupid.
3 minutes later. What are you doing? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. And then we have about a 13-minute window. And he just says, you better have an excuse. 3 minutes later, what the fuck? Bunch of exclamation points. 6 minutes later, a bunch of H's, bunch of exclamation points. 8 minutes after that, you have no idea.
What does that even mean?
Let's look at Sam's statements. Sam told investigators he'd been trying to get into the apartment for nearly an hour.
Right. Here's what he thought Ellen was doing for the hour, which is why she didn't hear. It was either this is his words, she was showering, she was doing her hair, or she was doing work with her headphones on.
Right, and we know for a fact because we watch him on the tapes, and we see him in the hall, and we see him doing this other stuff, and we see him come up to the elevator right around 6:28, and then 6:30 we see 911.
Okay. Maybe I got that wrong. Did I get that wrong?
What, the timing?
Did I get the timing wrong? I think I got the timing wrong.
It was still less than an hour, I think.
It was less than an hour.
Yeah.
But I think I thought that he didn't even try, but he had to make his alibi. He had to send the text. He had to time it out. He was like, okay, what's a normal amount of time that I would wait between texting? Okay, how would I do it? And then he calls. But I'm sorry, you hear that 911 tape and you're like, no, sir. So he breaks in. Like I said, she's right there. It's a few feet away from you. You could see a knife sticking out of her chest.
Right.
You could see that. But then when she's like, do you want to do CPR? Right away, wouldn't, like, if you're like, oh yeah, okay, let's pretend you didn't say, I guess I have to, right? Let's pretend it was like, sure, I do. Right away, then you're looking right at her chest.
Exactly.
Instantly, you're like, oh my God, there's a knife. You're not like, okay, hold on. Okay, okay. I'm like, what are you looking at in all this time period that you then are like, oh my God, a knife?
Right. Like, are you taking off clothes?
What
like,
are you
did
doing?
she, in his mind, did she stab herself and then put additional clothes on so that the knife couldn't be seen? Like, he is genuinely like so ridiculous. And the fact that the police are
okay, but here's the part that really, to me, this just seals the deal. So the police ruled it a suicide.
Yep.
So they start like cleaning up the crime scene. Like they have like a whole like fancy crime scene cleaner people come in.
Because the apartment manager was literally like, y'all sure y'all want us to like have people traipsing through here? And they're like, yep, it's fine. Go ahead. It's not our business.
But then his uncle, who is not related to Ellen,
nope,
picks up all of her electronic devices.
Boy, oh boy.
Why? Why?
That is
that right there. I'm like, that's it. Like, we're done. Like, this isn't circumstantial shit anymore.
Right.
That's evidence. Why would your uncle need her electronic devices? You whack job.
That is like all of that. And the parents didn't even know about like any of that until, an important part of this case too is that it was literally like an active blizzard outside during all of this. So like the parents couldn't even come up like that same day to like get there because like they were 2 hours away. They were 2 hours away and couldn't like even physically get there. So like they had to be at home, and so they couldn't make it there for like it was. They're getting the news on the phone from people who aren't saying that like she's passed away. They're like kind of beating around it like, oh no, she's, something's happened. They're like, what? Like, what's happened? And so the blizzard has created a lot of issue for this case too.
Like, who is gonna try to kill themselves? Sorry, I just can't get over it. And stab their neck.
She had just filled up her gas tank. She had gotten all her stuff in line for the school year because she was a teacher, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
She was a fucking teacher.
She was a teacher. Had gotten like all her lessons plans together, like everything, like as if she was planning for her next like few days, weeks, like whatever. Getting all of that. It doesn't sound rational to think like, oh well, before I do this act on myself, I'm gonna go fill up my gas tank. Like, what sense does that even make?
Okay, wait. There is a funny part though about that Hulu 3-parter. They have all these like you just saw that scene. There's like all these different like experts that are joining together to like put the case together. Okay, but one of them, her big thing, like they like her talking point or her like soundbite was that the time between deciding to unalive yourself and actually doing it can sometimes be very short and spontaneous. So when they're having that little round table thing, one of the guys goes, well, also she filled up her gas tank. So one would think if you were planning on, unaliving yourself, you wouldn't do that. But then because like that's the one expert's talking point, like suicide is happening. Like she's like, however, we do know that when it comes to the case of suicide, it's a very short window between it. I'm like, she had to make sure she's like, because I already said that.
Right. She's like, this is what I got paid for. So.
This is right. That's my contribution. So don't take it away from me. Okay.
Right. I only get paid if I appear on the actual episode. So please.
Exactly.
Well, let me call out a cop. This is so true, and we've said it on this podcast many a time. Gia says police fail women in domestic violence situations so many times, and it became so clear that that's exactly what this was. But police, it feels like, at least because they never made it to, kind of spoiler alert, never made it to trial. So literally everybody's kind of fighting tooth and nail to take the boyfriend's side and all of this, and it is aggravating. Right? And infuriating to people who are rational thinking too.
Gia also asked what the medical examiner ruled it. They ruled it a suicide, but then that becomes a whole thing
because it changes a couple of times.
Yeah, it changes, and like they also don't they tell one medical examiner too, like if you knew these other things about it, what would you have ruled it? They're like, oh, maybe not a suicide. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that makes you wonder, like, is there a cover up on that level? Like, what do you mean the medical examiner? Like, what tie do you guys have to the cops?
Right, because one of the medical examiners says that like he's like, no, I changed it. It's absolutely a homicide. Like nobody with a rational mind would call this a suicide. And he's like, well, the police came. It was 3 of them. You know, we're like meeting to like discuss the case, and they come and they're like, well, look at this. This should prove everything you need to know. And he's looking. He's like, this doesn't change anything. But he's like, I've never had an experience where the DA, the police, all these people are coming to me and like are saying these are the facts, that like this is what it should be, this is why you should change this back to a suicide. Because obviously if it's suicide, then at no point can anyone sue for damage. Like, you know, it can be a lot of different things that like they're not implicated for,
right?
Because also one of the biggest things is if it's now a homicide, keep in mind they've let people run all through this apartment, they've gotten it clean.
Oh yeah,
her stuff is gone,
professionally clean.
One that they recommended too.
Yes.
I think, and this is not funny, but I think I'm almost positive, like one of the podcasts I listened to about this case, I think they said the name of it was literally Crime Scene Cleanup. Was the name of the company. Was that it? Yeah, Crime Scene Cleanup. And I'm like, oof.
It made me wonder. I'm like, oh, that's fucked up, because I wish more people would get that, because so often that happens where people have to return back home.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't clean it up. So I was like, I don't even think I knew that there were specific crime scene cleaners. Honestly, I thought that like that wasn't a thing, because so many people are left with like shambles.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. I only knew from well, I mean, they're not official, but I know from the John Wick movies, because you know he always has to call someone in, like, you guys come in, and then they do their little, you know, they do their big one in the house.
But like that I like guess when you're like,
right,
you're also like a vigilante, sure,
right?
But like it's not, you know what I mean? Like
they're not listed in the yellow pages, you know.
You know, yeah. So I just like that alone was crazy. So then when they ruled it a homicide, when they go to investigate the crime scene, they're like, there's no evidence, because there's supposed to be no evidence, because it's all been cleaned up. And so they're like, what do we even, like, you can't pull anything from that. Also, one of the big things that they tried, as the cop said about the scene, was there was no sign of a struggle. But that I don't totally agree with, because there were knives pulled out of the knife block, and like the knife block itself was tipped over, and you know, it was a pretty clean house. So it's not. And also, even he says there's blood on the table.
Right.
I'm like, well, the tape, because she's found, for those who don't know, she's found like kind of by where the stove, the oven, like right by the oven, like in front of that. And it's a smallish kitchen. So, but the table would, you know, that's not right there. So there's a sign of a struggle. I don't know.
Right. Or at least moving like not moving the crime scene, but like there was, she didn't say stagnant throughout.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And just definitely. The choices, that's like a really, I think someone said in the comments, and maybe I'm making this up, but someone in the comments said something like, why wouldn't she just like overdose if she was really trying to, you know what I mean? That's just like, it's a very, like, that's a really violent way to take your own life.
And you got to have like, I mean, like almost no joints to be able to get back here in some of the places. Like
thinking that like that'll do it. Like, no, you're not. Like, no one. That's just not normal. So the fact that it's like it's still not solved.
Still not.
They weren't able to get justice. It's awful.
And one of the things that really frustrated me about this was that when they did like get it back to being a homicide instead of being a suicide, like they were trying to say it was, now then the people investigating, they're like, oh, okay, well, you know what, where are her computers? And now these computers that have been with the uncle this entire time, they're like, oh, now we'll take them back and we'll look to see if there's anything on there that'll implicate her. And it's like, all this time later, now you're trying to get some like get out of here.
And it's like, you know, you're going to get it from the uncle, and even think you can't, from that point, you got to be like, well, we can't even trust anything from this evidence because you had it.
Right.
I don't understand. Yeah, it was some botched detective work. Well, you know what? Speaking of botched detective work, let's talk about yogurt shop murders, because again, everyone knows this story for the most part. So did you end up watching that HBO docuseries?
No, but remember me? We talked about it. I think you watched it first, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm about to start the yoga show," because once again I've listened to so many podcasts about it. You were like, "Don't waste your time," and when you say that about like true crime stuff, I always believe. I'm like, "Nope, okay, taking that off the list. Not worrying about it."
So here's my problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
The HBO one. It was Emma Stone produced it.
Oh,
yeah. And like the whole kind of like selling point, I think, for them was that they do sensitive. There was like a sensitive telling of the story, which is I just lisped so hard. That was really hard. That was painful to get through. Okay, like that was painful as hell. But so they don't present any new information, and in fact, they kind of don't present as much information as like if you already know the case, you'd be like, why are they not talking about? Like, they don't want to talk about the sexual assault of the girls.
Oh.
But their whole thing is like, this is a sensitive way to handle, like, for the victims' families. But I'm like, okay, but you still had them relive all this and talk about it all and get on camera and
they
whatever.
know, by the way. So, yeah.
So I just thought, I'm like, what's the point? And it was 3 parts. Did not need to be 3 parts. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not. So it felt like it was getting like when the Jinx season 2 happened, and I was like milking it, and it wasn't even good episodes. They were so stupid. So it's so that was why I just thought this doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. But what I did get from it is that I think the initial detectives, were just stupid. Because I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry. How is it a robbery gone wrong clearly in your mind? There were 4 dead girls, all stripped, sexually assaulted, bound, and the place was lit on fire. If you're talking about a robbery gone wrong, they're shooting them. They're like, robbery gone wrong, and then they get out.
Right, you're not expecting anyone to be there. You're waiting till after. Like, no, they came in before it closed. They stayed. They wouldn't leave. Like, no, you know enough about this to like. I hate it when it feels like people are just trying to get something off their plate, like in the police office, just like trying to just. Oh well, we don't know what that is. It's just that. It's okay.
A robbery gone wrong, and this person who's just into robbing a yogurt shop, by the way, not like a bank,
right?
A yogurt shop. They were going to come in, rob. How much cash do you think they were going to get from this yogurt shop? Come on.
Right.
But instead of the robbery happening, what did they do? They said, all 4 of you, I know I'm now suddenly a rapist and know how to do that. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So to me, right away, when I heard about it, I'm like, this sounded like a serial killer. It sounded like someone who had done this before and whose MO was this type of shit.
Yep.
So they wasted all this time looking at like teenagers and I swear, satanic panic was the most ridiculous thing to happen to law enforcement. Because here's the other thing. How is it a robbery gone wrong and also a satanic ritual thing?
Exactly.
How it can't be both.
They sound like it was very planned out then if it was a ritual. So
right. So you're like, if you're going to call it a satanic ritual, you're going to say that it was a robbery gone wrong. And this person that was doing the robbing was actually also into satanic rituals and then decided, I will now do a satanic ritual instead of robbing this place.
No sense. No sense.
I'm just blown away. So who the fuck did they finally link it to? A possible serial killer. Hello? I'm like, if you had been looking at that from the beginning, you guys wasted so much time, ruined people's lives.
Yep.
Sending the wrong people to prison on death row. Because you were like, oh, it had to be just a robbery gone bad. No, idiot. Oh, it makes me so mad. And also in the HBO doc, one of the detectives is just so immature. Like he should not have been handling something like this because one of the dads wanted to know because he's got a real thick accent. He's like, did they rape her? And I said, you don't want to know that. And I'm like, whoa. No. I get that it's like uncomfortable, but you're the detective and those are the facts of the crime.
Exactly.
And it plays into it. Tell them the facts of the crime.
Oh, so sometimes that like what we like refer to as like small town policing can really like
Oh,
hinder a lot that goes on, because it's like you are trying to like give people information in a way that you think you would want to have it, but it's like, no, if they're asking you for something, give it to them. Like, what do that's not going to affect like anything, especially at this point. Like, how long did this case like drag on before we finally knew who did it? Like, you're not hindering anything at this point. If anything, when it gets to a certain point, you need to release all the information you have to get the public involved. Like, we need someone else. We need other eyes on this case. We need other people that might know someone or might have heard, oh yeah, you remember the guy that was in the yoga shop that time? He was the one that did. Like, you need the community to get involved at a certain point.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I don't really have a lot to say. There was all this DNA testing that they did. I think they exhumed his body because they were able to connect it somehow. But I just was so pissed when I saw, I'm like, oh, of course it was a fucking serial killer. They haven't proved it yet, but come on.
Yep.
Robbery gone wrong. How?
Ugh.
4 teenage girls. And the place, I can't. I was just like, I was so pissed off. And so that's why the HBO doc just made me more mad, because it was also so slow. And so, I mean, so slow. And they weren't giving enough information. And I'm like, so what? I don't really get what the point of this was.
Right. Did they at least like break down like everything from like like there was the police officer that was called there to like look around, and because the 2 guys wouldn't leave, that one couple that was like, hey, I'm really uncomfortable for these girls in here, these guys won't get out. Like, there was I've learned a lot from oh boy, see, I've learned a lot from podcasts, and like that's what I hate when I come to like one of these 3-part things, and if I feel like I know more than you're giving me, I'm like, why am I here? Like, you're not presenting this in a way that I even feel like someone who's never seen it before is going to benefit. Like, no one can help you. If you're doing this, don't do it for ratings. Do it because you're trying to solve a case, or you're trying to get more eyes on the case, or get more exposure to it. Don't just do it for like a meaningless money grab. Like, that makes no sense.
That's why. But it was like applauded. I went online to see like, what are the reviews saying? It was like, this is how to do true crime right. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about it.
It feels like the comments are definitely like leaning that way too, because a lot of people saying they couldn't even finish it. So
yeah. Someone called that HBO special trauma edging. And that is, Valentina said that in the chat. That is exactly what it was. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm going to show that comment. Someone called that HBO special trauma edging.
Goodness, definitely sound like a gross money grab. Absolutely.
Oh, that is so spot on. It was like, are we not going to get to the point of it?
Right.
That was spot on. Whoever said that.
Amit told us to remind everyone, make sure you like the video.
Yeah, we have 345 people in the room. Whoa, look at us. We are packing it in. Hi, guys. Hello.
Right on time for Salt Lake.
Thanks for joining. Exactly, right on time. Thanks for joining us, because we are getting into Salt Lake City now. Okay, I was going to take my thing out because I can't do the voices. So, excuse me for a second.
Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm here to jazz. I'm here to give a good time.
I'm back.
Okay.
I feel free.
There we go. Listen to you.
Listen to me. Oh, God. It feels so much better, but I'll probably regret this later. I promise. I will probably regret it later.
Oh, shout out to Chloe too. I wanted to call out the other super chats we've gotten. Chloe sent us 2 super chats. She goes, y'all are double super chat this week. This is hysterical. I spit my coffee out laughing. We were talking about the beginning part, Wendy and Eddie. So
listen,
I forgot to call it out at that point.
Thank you. Thank you. Alicia, are we talking SLC and Miami? I already released my Miami recap on the Patreon, so I'm covering that over there. So that's already up.
Just know that Julie is a loser. That pretty much sums it up. So,
but I covered that over on the Patreon. But today is Salt Lake City. All right. Whitney has just walked off from the fight with Lisa, which I thought was so funny. She's like, I am not going to stoop to Lisa's level. I'm like, you already like kind of did. Like, you can't really act all above it now. Like, you've already sort of done
a lot of y'all live down there, so it's okay.
Yeah. But Lisa wastes no time and goes for Angie about the Jen Shaw comment. And Lisa goes, you only own 1.5 of Lunatic Fringe salons. The rest are franchises. And Angie says, I own 3. The rest are franchises. You do French fries. I do franchise. And when Mary's like, French fries, I thought we were talking about French. And then Heather has to explain it. And Mary goes, ooh, that was good.
It was quick. That was a good one, Angie. That was really quick. I like that.
Mary was like, we got to give her that one, guys.
You're right.
Really pause and give her that one. Okay. Because that was really,
one.
really good. Lisa then insists, I have more than Vita tequila. And Angie brings up Fresh Wolf. Ooh. Now, here's the thing. I didn't clock that this was like talking about the kids.
Yeah.
Because it's like a business that clearly Lisa and John own.
Right.
So it's not like I really don't think of it as like it is the kids, but a lot of people do. And I'm like, oh, am I like losing my sensitivity meter here? Because I was like, she said she owned 1.5 fringe salons. So, I mean, might as well. Like, it felt like fair game because it is just another one of their business. That's how I clocked it, at least.
Yeah.
But then Angie goes, and you're out peddling yourself to get a partnership with Kerastase, someone I've been partnered with for 26 years. And Kendrick, I remember back last season when the moment happened where Lisa's like, okay, but seriously, you need Kerastase Thermique. And it was like, it was too good. It was too good. We all loved it. And I believe Kerastase reached out to Lisa pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Angie then also went on her Instagram and did like a whole Kerastase partnership thing and made sure to put in her caption, my partner for however long, 26 years, Kerastase. And so I knew, I'm like, oh, this must have pissed off Angie to no end that she's had this relationship with Kerastase this entire time. And now Lisa's getting this. Oh my God, I can't stand it. And it's proved it. I'm like, oh, that's where it started. She was like, but then I'm sorry, Lisa, like, you cannot write this comedy. She goes, I didn't peddle it. They love my shiny, pretty hair. Oh, damn it. That is so ridiculous. That is ridiculous to say.
That would have pissed me off so bad because I'm like, I have a whole salon and y'all are reaching out to my other cast members about hair. Okay. I'm going to bring this up.
She's been partnered with them. Like, she's like, I've carried your product in my salons. Motherfuckers.
Heifers.
So then after bringing up Fresh Wolf, Angie says, why are you promoting another product when you have your product on my shelf without any marketing? I'm like, oh, and then she goes, it's a C line. It doesn't really belong on my shelves. It belongs in Walmart. Again, though, because Lisa did start it, in my opinion, by saying, like, I guess Lisa would think that Angie started it by saying that Jen Shaw and Lisa Barlow were like the same person.
Right.
But it's tough to tell. It's really, it's like too hard to tell because when she's like, you only own 1.5 fringe salons. Like, I'd be pissed too. I'd be like, excuse you.
Like, do you not? That makes me, because we talked, I think last week or maybe the week before, about how we think sometimes Lisa doesn't understand, like how somehow some businesses work. You're right, and that makes me think, like, do you not know, like, what a franchise? Like, she gets money from those. You're like, I don't know why that's like a read. Like, it's like you only own 1.5. It's like, what? Huh?
And the rest are franchises, so that's because, like, so it's not like not like Angie doesn't get any money from that.
It's like saying, like, the owner of McDonald's, like, owns this one, but like, he doesn't make any money from, like, do you know how many McDonald's there are in the world?
Thank you.
Do y'all know what a franchise is? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that was weird to me. Weird.
But again, I feel like she doesn't know. I don't think she knows exactly what a franchise is. So Heather, who admits later to being super drunk at this lunch, by the way, gives a monologue that somehow like shifts Lisa's entire energy into like tears and love.
Yeah.
Because she tells Lisa that she went really low. And she tells Lisa, I'm not friends with you because of your legal filings. I'm friends with you because I have a great time with you. But this was not a great time. This was horrible. Goodness. I was like, what is, now I'm like, oh, in hindsight, I'm like, she was drunk for sure. Because like, you don't say that if you're not a little buzzed.
And you notice she still was like, she still, even in her drunkenness, still went back and did her thing where she summarizes everything that's happened for everyone. She's like, in this moment, when you talked about this, and then you brought up the children, and then y'all both, then you came together again and you talked. I'm like, okay, Heather, like, let's land the plane. Where are we going right now?
No, she did. She like really like mapped it out. She's like, okay, from the top once again. I'm like, stop telling Heather to do this.
Right.
Like,
We
I don't know
watched the episode.
Thank you. We don't need you to do these like she already did one in this exact same lunch anyway. We already
Yes.
started this, Heather.
Literally.
Right? But then Lisa said something that she actually kind of says. She said a lot throughout the years, which is, I feel vulnerable too sometimes. And then they always say, but you don't show it. And then Lisa will say, I grew up so different than everybody. How?
So different, right? Because we don't know. Like, what do you mean? And I think that's what they mean when they're saying you don't show it. Because when she said, like, if Bronwyn had said it, I'm like, oh yeah, well, we've seen your mama. Like, I know how you grew up. Like, if Mary had said, we know so much about everyone's like personal backgrounds, and it's moments like this. It makes me think, like, I'm not sure we know a lot about Lisa's upbringing, do we?
Yeah, well, we know that like her mom converted. They moved to Utah and converted to Mormonism. But I'm like, what? I don't like. You've never really gone into detail about what makes it so different,
right?
Like your mom like raised you on carob chips and like health food and stuff like that. Okay,
right? Like, okay.
I don't like. Did something else happen?
Because you're saying it in a room full of people that like practice Mormonism, or grew up practicing Mormonism. So it's like, tell me what's the difference? Like, I don't understand it. Because if you're just saying that, like, if that's just a thing you say, then it's like fine. Because last week you're like, I run business very different than all. Like, she doing that whole thing. I'm like, maybe you just have to be different than everyone. I don't know.
Yeah, totally that. Okay, so now Lisa's done that, but then she turns to Angie and cries even harder, and she's like, Angie, I love you. Vulnerability. I'm being extremely vulnerable. Don't point it out, Lisa.
Right.
Because when you love someone hard, it hurts way harder. And then Angie apologizes for what she said at Camp Day, and she returns the love. And honestly, you would think that they were leaving things in a good place.
Right.
But put a pin in that. Put a fucking pin in that. Okay. Lisa then cries, telling Heather how much she loves her. And then Heather freaking cries hearing it. And I was like, oh, you are drunk.
Oh, right.
That's like she's like, thank you. I really appreciate it now. Every time you love me. But then Lisa turns to Bronwyn, which I didn't see coming. And she's like, even when I can say I don't like you, there's things I see in you. I acknowledge in you, even if you don't think I see it. What?
Thank you. Whatever that means. Okay.
Okay. What is that?
What did Nene say? Whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
Thank you.
That's one of the best lines ever. Whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
I swear though, Bronwyn was trying not to laugh when she said this. I swear to God. She was like, I just need you to hear this, Lisa. I did not take any pride in hearing about this stuff. I swear she was trying to hold. She was like, don't you dare smile right now.
She's like, are they going to believe me? Are they going to believe me?
Are they going to believe? I took no pride in hearing them. Sure, girl. Okay. So you did not need to sell it like that. We don't believe you and we don't blame you either way.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Honestly. And then Lisa ends this insane lunch giving this cheers. Even when I'm mad at you, I still love you.
Okay.
The poster boards. You've already forgotten about the poster boards.
Literally. They're fast.
All right. Well, that's the end of that weird lunch. Whitney, because Whitney is now, she's a failed CEO.
Wait, before we get there, I think there was those weird like in-betweener scenes.
Yeah, the round robins.
I want to point out one thing that made me like, and no one talked about it on the internet, so I was like, okay, I'm just overthinking this, but that scene in Meredith's shop where like Seth is there and that younger girl is there, and he's like, yeah, get on my shoulder, just get on my shoulder, and she's like, looks clearly uncomfortable. I'm like, what am I watching right now? I don't know what is happening right now, but this is like, okay. And then Meredith, she has no choice. She has to lean in and she's laughing about it. She's like, yeah, y'all are so crazy. Okay.
But then she can only handle so much of it. Then she's like, okay, but I really do want you to stop.
Right. Like, please, immediately.
Like her head is about to hit the ceiling.
You're right.
Why are you doing this? It's like Seth's like, I want a camera moment.
Right. Because it's not just inappropriate. It's like, if this girl gets hurt, like we getting sued for a lot of damn money. Like,
yeah, what are you doing?
Calm down.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Okay, but Whitney and Justin, Whitney's trying to like, she doesn't know what to do now. She's a failed CEO. So I swear they film a scene where they're like reinstalling the stripper pole and reminding us that they're sexy and that's their thing. Like Whitney's bending over in front of Justin. And I'm just like, it's like she's leaning back into what made her popular in season 1 and just feels so desperate.
Right.
It creeped me out. She's like, and then I became a CEO and I had to change gears or whatever. I'm like, so now you're gonna put a pole back? Like, shut up.
It makes no sense. I'm like, what are we doing?
Like, this can't be your identity. But like, I think that was like a lot of people's criticism of Whitney was that she made these like that was her thing with the Mormonism. Like, was raised Mormon, but I'm very like sexual and like I'm exploring my sexuality. Like, right, that was her whole thing.
Yep.
And so she's, I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? I know. Thank you, Whitney. Yeah. But okay, Bronwyn goes to Lisa's Vita Tequila Lounge premiere. Now, this place was launched last June. When I was surprised, I'm like, we didn't get it on the show?
I'm about to say, yeah. I don't remember.
I mean, they may have cut it. They do that to a lot of them. They do a lot. Like, a lot of them try to film them like working and being business people, and they cut it because they're like, we have drama to show.
Yeah, and a lot of times too, because like it feels like the first season they'll show a lot of your business, but then after that, like unless you're a new housewife, they kind of, I mean, they'll show you in your place of business, but like just because someone else is coming there to film with you, like it's not really about the business. So that seems kind of commonplace with housewives.
Totally. So Bronwyn's biggest thing that happened between them last season was when Lisa went on the after show and talked about stuff that was just really not her place. She got a lot of heat for it at the reunion, and Lisa did not seem to absorb. Actually, Lisa got mad at me because I made content about how like she was like crying. She's like, I was put in a really tough position. I was carrying a heavy weight. I'm like, no, you didn't need to talk about how Bronwyn's the mother of the father that wanted nothing to do with the kid was then talking about how they thought Bronwyn had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Ooh, they don't need, that doesn't need to come out. Like, that doesn't need to come out. But Bronwyn says this line, I swear, Lisa like latches on to phrases and sayings and like words and uses them. Bronwyn says that she doesn't want to be in a race to the bottom. And I feel like I could tell Lisa like that because like Lisa says it back to her a couple times. She's like, I don't want to be in a race to the bottom. I don't want to be in a race to the bottom. I don't want to be in a race. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Lisa's saying that in interviews now.
Right. Right.
But Lisa doesn't want to admit to calling Bronwyn a whore. Like, she's like, I would never call you a whore. Bronwyn's like, you said I suck dick for clothes. Well, that's not a whore.
Like, right. Girl. I never said the word. You know, Lisa loves semantics. Like, I never said that word, though.
Exactly.
I implied it. It's okay. It's different.
I implied it with everything else I said.
Yes.
So then Bronwyn apologizes. Lisa apologizes, and they talk about their kids and their home life. And I'm like, okay.
This scene I thought was actually what it would be me in a scene, like apologizing with someone, because I'd love to move on. Let's do that. But also I need you to acknowledge, and I will happily acknowledge what I'm apologizing for. Because if we get together and, you know, I need you to apologize for like kidnapping my dog, and you're like, you know, that stuff that happened with your pet that time, you know, I hate, like, no, I need you to acknowledge what you did to me. So like, I like that Bronwyn, whenever it's like, whether it's with Lisa or whoever, she makes them like say it back to her. Like, I need you to acknowledge what you did. Like, let's just not scoot over it. Let's talk about it and let's move on. So good saying. I'm glad Lisa received it. Thankfully.
Agree. I feel like Bronwyn, like she's coming in right her second season. Cause you know, she got busted for some stuff season 1. And instead of like continuing to be like kind of a liar and kind of, you know, avoiding it. Cause like we've seen that a million times. We've seen people return and just keep their lies up and keep their faking up and all that. But Bronwyn is like, no, I reflected. I'm in therapy and I figured out like why I did that. And so she's still coming in doing her thing, but she's like matured, which we don't see typically. In Housewives, especially for season 2. Season 2, if anything, they come in more like locked and loaded, ready to like have camera time moments and be messy.
Because they were in those comments all season 1. So they're coming back like, oh, I've learned how to be a housewife now.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Okay, well then Angie has a little event at her salon. I don't know why Angie like needs to show that she's a hairstylist or hairdresser still. I think like she's like, my cosmetology license lapsed a while ago. So here I am going to do a perm on Heather. I'm like, I didn't need to, you could have just brought Heather into the salon. You didn't need to put her in the damn rollers. But you know what? There you go again. Heather is a trooper, and that's what they have to do this when they show up to film Salt Lake City. I swear they like humiliate them every chance they get.
They truly, and they at this point they seem to enjoy the humiliation. Like everyone, production, the editors, the cast members,
you're right.
Everyone has a humiliation kink at this point, and it's just like, you know what, that works out great for us, the audience, because I love it too. Damn it, I love it.
So true.
I actually want all scenes filmed in this style, where like we're getting someone telling a whole flashback to us in certain scenes. I'm like, this is actually a perfect scene here. This was the highlight of the episode for me.
You want to know why? Because we love gossip, and we love like that. It's like a fun way to receive information. It's like Angie telling her friend the way we would go tell our friend. You know what I mean? So we learn that Lisa had sent her assistant to pick up the Fresh Wolf products, and I was like, oh, so Lisa, like when after she left that lunch, I think she forgot that she had made up with Angie, or she decided, you know what? I don't care that I made up with Angie, because she fucking said Fresh Wolf on camera and talked down about it. So called it a sea line. It's on. So sends her assistant to go pick up the product. Lisa then texts Angie, $600 Venmo'd. Sorry, your salon is so dusty, because the products had dust on them. Angie replies, you should probably have sent the $600 to other people that are claiming that you owe them money. I didn't say you owed me any money, and my salon is not dusty. Your products are, though, because they've been sitting here for 2 years. And then Lisa says, well, at least I don't have to borrow money to take vacations and pay it back after using a card I should have never used to begin with.
No. I literally, I was like, is this new tea? Like, what is this? Like, what are we talking about right now?
It's like, it was such a specific read.
Right.
And like, how do you even know that? How do you even know that? So anyway, so that Angie starts like kind of going off a little bit to Heather about, you know, whatever. And honestly, I didn't think this was that crazy of Angie, but all she says is, because I'm talking about Kerastase and like, oh, her shiny hair. Lisa's hair is dyed bowling ball black. And Heather is like, too far. I can't defend. I'm like, I'm sorry. She sent her assistant to pick up the products. Like, calling her hair bowling ball black is not that crazy.
No, me and you have talked about that. I feel like recently too, where we feel like we don't know where the line is for housewives. Like
it's true.
They will literally like they will talk about your mother, your marriage, like all these kind of things. But then they're like, and you know, she goes to the girl on 33rd to get her hair done. They're like, whoa, that she would never go there. That is too far. It's like, is that the line? Okay, family's on the table. All right, got it.
Yeah,
got it. Okay.
She's like, you say stuff like this and I can't defend you. I'm like, that's not even
like bowling ball black is the line.
What? She just said that she sent someone to pick up the product on camera, because like, it had to be timed out.
Right.
She had to make sure that there were cameras there to get this event and get this whole thing take place. So come on now.
Right.
Like, please.
Goodness.
Okay. This next scene with Brittany and Whitney is where I really struggle with Brittany.
Yes.
It's where I fail to enjoy her, and why like I kind of am grossed out by her. And so this is where I struggle here with this scene.
Can I tell you, because you talked about like struggling with Brittany a lot too. I forget so much about all this child stuff that like when it's just her like interacting with the other ladies, I love it so much because all of them are so like ridiculous. But this scene was painful to watch. I was like, Whitney Rose of all people is having to like literally slap sense into you about your child. Yikes.
It was just really nuts how it like wasn't permeating her brain. Whitney's like, well, what would it take to talk to your daughter? And Brittany goes, I don't know. Have you asked her? No. Well, then, all right, that's pretty basic. I kind of would, all right, that's fine. But then when Whitney's like, well, what if like for just, for 30 days, you don't date Jared? And when Brittany goes, yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Just like sit home and like be alone or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm freaking out. Like you could tell Whitney's like, Whitney wasn't happy with that scene. She was like, I'm kind of freaking out. You're not hearing me. And you're
right.
not. I'm sorry. So that's where I struggle with Brittany. Like, I know that she's funny and all that in scenes, but it's this shit that creeped me out last season.
And I want to say something that I truly hope, as if we haven't probably offended people like 38 times throughout this episode, but I really hope this won't offend anyone. But this, I think, is so what people think of when they think of certain like environments and religions and stuff like that, where the man is placed so high up in your life that like children and other stuff are just so secondary. And I know it's a way of life for some people, but watching it is so unsettling to me sometimes, because like you would think there's like any parent, I don't care if it's a father, a mother, whoever, you would think that the kids would automatically get the grace and the protection because you have another fully formed adult that's able to go on about their life if need be. But like the fact that children are just seem to be so secondary in her life, it feels like that speaks to like something. I don't know if it speaks to something bigger or if she just like has this thing where like it's not even about that. It's just, oh well, I want to be famous. I lost my chances of stardom. I might get them back now. I'm this, I'm that. I'm just like, I don't know.
No, it feels icky. And that's so I'm glad that you also felt that, because I didn't know like if you were gonna be like, I thought it was hilarious, because that's
nothing about that was hilarious. That was a lot to take in. Because and I'm glad Whitney had that tone the entire scene too. Like, wake up.
Because even Whitney's like, I didn't expect this conversation to go like this. We're rolling.
Right. She literally has to tell her.
Stop.
She has to tell her, okay, put this cactus down.
Put the cactus down.
Oh, goodness.
Like, it's still, she was like, yeah, totally. So call Jared later.
Right.
No. Okay.
Right.
Never mind, girl. All right. Well, speaking of bad parenting, Bronwyn and Muzzy
girl
okay. Here's what's insane about this woman. She's living in Todd's house. But I'm sorry, Bronwyn's house. It's Bronwyn's house too.
Yeah.
Living there.
Yeah.
And this woman is flexing on Bronwyn as if she was the better parent to Bronwyn. And I mean, I don't think like this traumatized people. Like we were collectively as an audience. This was also, though, I know Bronwyn didn't mean to do it like this, but it was brilliant of Bronwyn, because we are the way we are endeared to her after that, after Sim, like, that was your mother?
Right.
That was your mom?
And you actually turned out like a normal human. Like, it's whoa. Like, I feel like I would be somewhere, I don't even know, like somewhere like punching the air all day if that was my mom. Like, that's a lot to deal with.
It really makes sense why Todd, because they filmed the first episode, I think they filmed a scene where they go on get dinner or something, and she's like, thanks for letting me move in my parents, and Todd just like
yeah, because he's like, I don't like that.
He probably hates her. He's like, this woman is not a good person.
Right.
And she, every chance she gets. So first it starts with Gwen and her live-in boyfriend they pretend to go bowling, but it's really like alone time.
Yeah.
And I thought that was crazy. I don't know why I thought that was just nuts that we got to see that. I'm like, really? Okay.
Right.
Where did it go?
Yes, that's my question too. But also like the fact that I felt like he had a little too much like bass in his voice when talking to her mom. I'm like, oh, little boy, you can get the fuck out of my house too, honestly. Like I'm handing out pink slips to everybody this week. All of y'all got to get the hell out of here. Everybody got to leave. Mama, daughter, boyfriend, everybody got to go, because I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
But we learn that Bronwyn was like, her mom tortured her when she was pregnant with Gwen. To the sales associate's face because she was pregnant, and when the sales associate, she's like, "Oh, you're getting this for your granddaughter? Not this one. Will you be getting one for this one? No." Oh,
just
okay.
A nasty spirit.
Nasty spirit. But then, like, I'm sorry, her eyebrows are terrifying. I'm sorry. They
very
are
Grinch-esque, yes.
Hold on. Let me send myself a picture of the eyebrows so we can all gander at them together, because they are just like that's all we need to know about her. Like, once those eyebrows came up, I'm like, well, that's all we need to know. That's
truly.
It's like, never trust someone with eyebrows like that. Ever.
Exactly. You are your facial hair features.
Or your Here we go. Look at those eyebrows. Girl. They're commas. She's lifting them up. And she's like, because she was so like cocky with Bronwyn.
Yes.
Like, she was like, well, wasn't I a good parent? Worked like a charm, my parenting, didn't it? And Bronwyn's like, well, I had a kid before I was having sex before marriage, which that seems to be your only barometer for good parenting. Is that you taught me not to have sex before marriage. Well, I did. And I had a kid, and you made it miserable for me. And she's like, but imagine what it was like for me.
Excuse me.
And I was like, so you can go. She can move out now. She needs to move out right now, immediately. Like, I need Muzzy to go.
Need everybody gone. I need everybody out of my house.
It was too much. It was too. And then oh my God. And then when she actually said, well, I felt like a daycare. And, if we hadn't taken care of her, then, we didn't want her to go to foster care.
That was the line. That was the line there. That's when you would have had to get, I'm talking about, like, cameras up or not. We got to talk. Like, we got to talk for real. The way I would talk to you if these cameras weren't here. They're at that.
I mean, Bronwyn, kind of best thing she could have done. Because like, all is forgiven at this point. I'm like, whatever. Like, look what she had to deal with. Like, look what she's still dealing with.
Right. How gross. Like, I forgot who I talked about this, but like, I couldn't imagine, like, even if obviously, like, mistakes happen in families at whatever age, like, they happen.
Exactly.
It's whatever. The parents, like, every parent I know, like, in my life would be disappointed. Like, oh no, I wish this would happen at a later time, like, whatever. But by the time it was time to do that gender reveal, the baby shower, all like that, everybody is fully on board. Like, the baby's coming. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yes.
So you to sit up here and act like you still just cannot fathom that your daughter's having a child, and like, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo.
Well, you know what I forgot to talk about was when Mary went to her church.
That was a good thing.
That was okay, but let's actually talk about it now. That was a crazy scene because Mary gets all into her mother and the church, and that everyone knew it was passed down to me. And then she started, and like, I still don't totally trust Robert Sr. There's part of me that really believes like that he was like brainwashing Mary. I believe that stuff but like, according to Mary, that's just all not true. And she was the liar. So I don't really know who to believe, but I didn't know her mom passed away. Where was I?
Well, okay, I'm glad you said it, because I feel like I didn't know that. Well, now keep in mind, Mary, I love me some Mary, but Mary had me blocked before.
Yeah, me too.
So I ain't saying nothing. So maybe I just missed it, but I feel like I feel like
everything would have picked it up.
Yeah.
That would have been everywhere.
I didn't know about this either.
Okay.
But I'm like you. I'm of two minds about this, because I feel like on one hand, I'm like, Robert Sr., I don't trust nothing you saying, nothing out of your mouth. You wanted some money, you got your money, you kept it in the family. I know what you want to do. On the other side, I'm like, Mary, I believe everything she's saying too, because I probably think she believes everything she's saying is true too. Because I think that
I agree.
If you've ever had an immediate family member pass away and then had to deal with all of your other family to like plan funeral and like all the stuff afterwards. Ooh, when I tell you, you see a different side of your family that you haven't seen before, boy, oh boy. So when she was talking about that piece where like everybody like kind of tried to put their hand in the pot, and it's like, whoa, like
Yeah.
She said this, like, why are y'all all doing this? Why is this all getting nasty and contentious now?
Yeah.
I immediately related to that. I was like, oh, okay. So I can definitely believe it got nasty over there, especially with that amount of money. So I can definitely believe that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that was very eye-opening and crazy that she was talking about it so openly. But I guess now that her mom's passed away, she feels like she can. But
she's been really open this, like the past 2 seasons, but like this season especially, she's like really in it. And I don't know if it just took her a while to like get, I won't say comfortable with the camera, but like maybe she had to get like a certain way with the fan base to where she truly felt like she wouldn't be judged about stuff that she can talk. I don't know what it is, but like she feel like we're getting a different Mary this season, and it's really good.
I agree.
Mary. Yeah.
The
Cousin Joe though, he been getting whacked since he started appearing on the show.
Oh
like,
God, I know. Joe can't do anything right.
Nothing.
He can't do anything right. I'm like, why do you hire him?
Right. And why do you keep accepting these jobs to get whacked on camera about it? Like, I don't understand that either.
And Mary even says in her confessional, she's like, he milks it.
Yeah.
He milks it.
It's been 2 years and just to put in some new chairs and we just let him do it.
So hilarious. But the last scene of this episode is Meredith and Angie getting like tea or something. And Angie's on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And Angie's on a mission to tell Meredith, Lisa's not your friend, just so you know. And what she claims is when Angie and Meredith were not well, Lisa was telling her that she should look things up about Meredith's family.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know when this was, because there was a point in time where Lisa and Meredith weren't good.
Right.
So it's not insane to think that at that time she would have said, because also let's not forget the hot mic moment Lisa had where she talked about the family.
After everyone in New York. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the other thing is Meredith likes to dig up things on people too.
Mm-hmm.
And so does Angie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So they all kind of do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like part of me wonders if Angie, because Angie's been so messy and done it so many different ways, messy that like, I'm like, are you, it's kind of like when you flipped on your partner in crime and then you're just trying to be like, oh, then they were saying all this stuff about you. It's like, but you were participating and like you were very, you know what I mean? Like now you're like flipping and trying to be on the other side. But when it comes
all on that person, but now you had no culpability in this at all. It's like, oh, okay.
It's kind of like when, like last season, when Bronwyn went over to Lisa's room before they went to that dinner to be like, we were talking about you earlier, but I wasn't saying this and that. And then the Whitney and Meredith or whoever was like, wait, what? Now we're in trouble.
Right.
Or Heather, rather, or maybe Angie. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so I can't tell like if this is just a strategic move, but here's the thing. Lisa sending her assistant to pick up the fresh wolf. Angie's gonna, of course, retaliate.
Right. It's a game of back and forth. That's what life is. You're reading my mind because like I had the same questions too. Because I'm trying to think. Angie has been a full-time cast member for this her 3rd season now, right?
I think
and
so.
a friend of before, I think. I'm like the Jen Shaw's last season.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to think, where did that hot mic moment happen?
That'd be 2 seasons ago, maybe 3.
Okay.
Was Angie on the cast?
That's what I'm trying to think. When the heck did that happen?
Because what I remember about that season is that it was when they went to some house. That's where they were all staying in a house together.
Yeah.
And that was the same season where I believe where Mary was like, women.
Oh, was that? Okay.
I think.
I remember Lisa had on just a bra, and I was like, "Oh, Lisa, you look good."
Yeah, but I believe it was that because I thought that she was like having a meltdown. It was when Meredith's dad died.
Oh, okay.
That season, because I also remember like Meredith was like pissed off about them talking about her dad, and like she was
season 2. Yep, like you said.
Was that season 2?
Yep, Lisa Barlow's hot mic rant about Meredith Marks occurred during season 2 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake. I'm about to say Atlanta, no, Salt Lake City, specifically in the episode Cinco de Mayhem.
Cinco de Mayhem, yes, because they had like a little Cinco de Mayo party.
Yes,
and there's this one it's so stupid. There's this shot. Lisa just has one maraca, And she's just like doing the little maraca overhead. Because they're trying to get like party shots, like
right.
All Lisa's doing, she's like okay. One little maraca. She's like, yay.
Angie wouldn't have been on the show then.
So Angie I guess she knew all of them,
but like even still, I knew it took a while for Lisa and Meredith to get back where they were.
That's what I'm saying. So like when Angie comes in, when does the Angie, because Angie and Meredith didn't get along Angie's first season, because remember that was when I swear when Angie said the trampoline with eyes comment.
You know what? That would piss me off too. Why the fuck would you say that on camera about me? Like, damn. I would hold that grudge too. Why the hell would you say that?
Yeah, I believe that was because Angie. I think that's when Angie was. Yes, I think Angie was sitting next to Mary at one point during the reunion. That's when she told Mary, "You have something in your teeth," and then Mary was like, "I love Angie now." And Andy was like, "Oh, you like Angie now?" Because like Angie was like, you hated Angie literally at this very reunion, but like unbeknownst to Angie said something about her having something in her teeth, and that was it. Mary's like, "Well, she's cool."
You're like, "Oh, she's all right." Okay.
Andy's like, "How? I don't understand."
It is funny when Mary is getting along with like having genuine moments with the women, because that scene earlier was like Mary and Heather when they're at the restaurant and they're talking about like it tastes like hospital, and Heather's like, are we doing like,
did you just say that?
That whole moment, I'm like, oh, that's great.
But then wait, Mary gives like a good like it was like a deep line there, because Heather goes, so it not only has a smell but a taste, and Mary says all smells have a taste. And I was like, that was deep,
right? And then she follows it up with,
I know, I'm like, you
have your mouth open with a fart, and I'm like, oh, okay, too far.
I know.
All right.
And then Heather looks right at the camera there. She's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Right.
What do you want me to do here?
So silly.
All right. Well, thank you, Salt Lake City, for of course being incredible. Just absolutely incredible. All right.
Needed them back in the them and Potomac back in the thing, because they're making fun. Almost. I
did it with the left hand like an idiot. That was stupid. Why'd I do that? All right, guys. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone. Oh, I see another super chat. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. It's awesome. Appreciate you guys so much. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Loves you. Means that. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show.
And make sure you're subscribed to and following the I Cannot with Kendrick Tucker podcast and with Kendrick Tucker on Instagram and Threads.
She's Speaking with Emily Hanks is available everywhere you get your podcasts, on YouTube, and also exclusive bonus content is available on the Patreon. If you want to support our shows, please rate and review on whatever platform you listen, or you can buy us a copy. Links for everything will be in the description.
Love you all. See you next Sunday.